NFT-based artworks are now the talk of the town, and India is slowly witnessing a revolution in this digital art market. So, to decrypt the alienated concepts associated with crypto art, I had a freewheeling conversation with a Chennai based crypto artist, Siraj Hassan. We started off by simplifying what blockchain technology and NFTs are all about, and then directly deep dived into the crypto world. By the end of the conversation, I personally understood the crypto art world even better, and I'm sure that you all will find this podcast equally insightful too. So, before I start tossing questions to Siraj, here's a little background about him. He's a software developer by profession who started tampering with 3D abstract work a couple of years back using the software Cinema 4D. He has currently sold more than 27 art pieces from his Cage series on different NFT marketplaces. Thank you, Suraj, for connecting with me on such a short notice. So, you can just start off by telling us how did you stumble upon the idea of crypto art and when did you decide to become a crypto artist?
So I have been following many artists in Instagram, like we usually do. So one of the artists who goes by the name Jonathan Quinn, one day he posted about his image and that he is selling for a specific cryptocurrency value.
Okay.
This was during October.
October last year.
Yeah, October last year.
Okay.
But he was posting continuously like this for around more than a week. He will be posting different images saying, yeah, this has been sold. I am posting this one. This is for this specific Ethereum value or this specific cryptocurrency value. So I was curious and I asked him what is this all about. Then he explained me this. There's a marketplace called Super Rare. That's where he sells. Yeah, so this Super Rare is a curated marketplace. So the curated in the sense they won't accept everyone to post. So you need to formally apply for the platform. They will ask about your works, what do you do, and how much social clout you have, like how many followers in Instagram you have, how famous you are. There is a strict interview process, and then they accept. So yeah, this was one of the platforms which I came to know about very first. But when I researched about it, I came to know there are many such platforms like this which allows anyone to post, everyone to sell.
Okay, so are these platforms only restricted to NFTs or anything else can also be bought and sold in that marketplace?
No, these platforms only deal with NFTs. NFTs in the sense any form of media like pictures, videos, music, any form of visual medium or audio medium you can post in those websites.
Okay. So, I've had people who come and tell me that they've come across phrases like digital ledger or network of computers or decentralized system, but they don't exactly know what blockchains are and how do they function. So, if you can just simplify two concepts for the listeners. One is, of course, what blockchains are and what is blockchain technology. And the second one, since we were talking about NFTs, if you could just give them a simplified version.
Yeah, so blockchain. Okay, I will first explain blockchain.
Yeah.
So you are sending me money, like you're sending me 1,000 rupees from your bank, for example, say ICICI to IOB. So what happens in this transaction is only two banks are involved. So ICICI will debit your account for 1,000 rupees and IOB will be crediting my account for 1,000 rupees. So this is the transaction which is happening. And they have a unified ledger where they will update your balance. So this is a centralized system where two banks are involved.
Yes.
So what happens in blockchain is there is no centralized system. So whenever a transaction happens, you have to get a confirmation in the blockchain. So confirmation is essentially the computers. There will be many systems in the blockchain called miners. So these miners, what they do is they will confirm your transaction.
Okay.
So you don't know the miner by person. It can be anyone in the world who runs the mining software. So they mine the transaction, and we have to pay a small amount of fee, like we pay for IMPS, like 5 rupees for a transaction. Likewise, we have to pay in cryptocurrency for each transaction. And this transaction fees varies depending on the congestion in the system. It may go high or it may go low. So that is that. And those exchanges have their own wallet for each cryptocurrency. Since each cryptocurrency works on different type of blockchain.
Yes.
So what Bitcoin is using, it can't be used for Ethereum. So likewise, each coin has different wallet system also. Only those specific wallets will work when you are deposit or withdraw the currency. If you send it to the long address, it's gone forever. So that's the key thing of the cryptocurrency. You have to be very careful.
All right. Okay, so moving on to NFTs now.
Yeah. So NFTs can be done in any blockchain, but right now Ethereum is very famous because they had a special token called ERC-720. So this is part of the Ethereum blockchain, and this specific token supports non-fungible items.
Okay.
So non-fungible is basically each token is unique and they have a different value. So for example, you have a 100 rupees note, I have a 100 rupees note. Those values will never change. Even though the serial number changes, the value which the currency holds doesn't change at all. But in the case of non-fungible tokens, each token has a different value. I mean, you can set a different value for each of the tokens. So that's the basic idea of non-fungible tokens. So ERC-720 is for it's a single edition token. Like you are selling from 1 to 1. That's called ERC-721. And there is another token standard where you can upload one picture and sell 15 copies of them.
Okay.
What we call as multiple edition. So there are 2 token standards in NFT, under NFT.
So yeah, you just told, right, most of the NFTs right now exist only on the Ethereum blockchain, and they are only traded using Ether. So do you think in the near future other blockchains will also adopt to this whole thing, and they'll start using it in full swing?
Yes, yeah, they have already started adapting. There's a blockchain called Flow, FLOW.
Okay.
So what they are doing is they are selling the cards, like the best moments in the NBA history. They are selling as NFT. So the project is called NBA Top Shot.
Okay.
So in that they are accepting currency, like they are accepting credit cards and debit cards as a payment. But what the user actually get is NFT, but they are accepting the payment in the form of credit card and debit card.
Okay.
So it's already going mainstream right now. Is what I'm doing.
Okay. But that Flow uses, but usually if you want to get any NFT, as of now over here, you can just trade them using cryptos.
Yeah. You have to have some Ether. There are some specific marketplaces which allows users to buy NFT using fiat as well.
Okay.
Namely Nifty Gateway. That's one of the very famous sites.
Okay.
And makersplace.com. These 2 websites accept credit cards to buy artwork. So Nifty is the premium marketplace where most of the celebrities launches their NFT. Very recently, Elon Musk's wife Grimes launched the NFT and sold it for around 5 to 6 million. Multiple editions they sold it there.
All right. So, how is crypto art different from other forms of digital art? Because again, at the end of the day, crypto art is also delivered in the form of a JPG file, but it just has a unique NFC code that is attached to it. So, what are the major differences between these 2 forms of art?
So, before if you are selling an artwork in online, you don't know who is buying. Right, so you just get a payment and you're just delivering the artwork to his or her email. But when you are doing it in the blockchain, you know who are selling to. At least you know the address of the person who is having your artwork. So what enables this is you can put a royalty of 5% to 10% depending on the artwork. So, for example, if you put a 10% royalty on the artwork and you are selling it, and one person is getting it, and he is reselling it again for a higher value. Since everything is on the blockchain, you get a cut of that 10% to you to deliver to your wallet address without even you doing anything. So this percentage and royalty, everything is recorded when you are creating NFT.
Okay.
So this royalty and the advantages of tracking who has your art is the special thing about the crypto, about selling your artwork in crypto platforms.
Okay, but are there any other differences that are visible to the naked eye? Can a layman differentiate a piece of crypto art from a usual piece of digital art?
Not essentially, no. Apart from these two major use cases, there is not much major difference. The royalty is the most famous part. That's why most of the artists are looking to sell their work in crypto art. Since you are selling, in a normal transaction, if you are selling to one person, and even if the person resells, you can't know what value he sells. So in US, what is the trend is now, the physical artists, like the one who paints or sculpts, what they are doing is they are selling the digital and the physical version as an NFT.
Okay.
So, say for example, you are a painter, you are selling a paint in a form of physical and a digital scanned copy of the paint as a single NFT. So whenever the picture changes hand, you know who is having both the physical and the NFT and the digital version of the art. So this essentially lets you know who has the art currently and how much royalty you will be getting for each resale.
Okay.
So when you are uploading a digital art to a blockchain, you have to pay around $50 to $60 to the miners to create a unique token for yourself.
Okay.
So it will cost you around $50 to $100. Basically, depends on I was saying, right? Network congestion, various other factors. Depends on the various. Mostly, if the network is congested, you will be paying more to get a token.
Okay. Network being congested where? In the NFT marketplace?
In the Ethereum blockchain.
In the blockchain. All right.
Yeah.
So that also keeps fluctuating?
Yeah, that keeps fluctuating.
Okay. So if more people are buying, then space will be left for new people to come and put their artwork. That's how it works. Am I right?
No. So blockchain is very common. Even the people who are sending Ethereum to one another, or they are using the exchanges to buy and sell, everything works on the same Ethereum blockchain. So it not only includes the NFT market, it includes a broad spectrum of the Ethereum blockchain. Like if you are saying, if you are buying some Ethereum from WazirX, even that goes through the same blockchain as the NFT. So it depends on a lot of various factors how the network is congested.
All right. So I just want to know where exactly is the NFT code embedded? Does it directly go to the smart contract or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct. That's smart. You will be hitting the smart contract.
Okay.
Say for example, each marketplace has their own smart contract. So if you are uploading your work on a specific website, you have to hit their contract to get a specific token for yourself. So usually when you are interacting with contracts, the gas fees is very high. I mean, the transaction fees is very high. Since you are interacting with a specific contract. If I am sending the Ethereum to you, it's usually very cheap. Like you will be paying around minimum of $4. That's the amount you will be paying. Since you are interacting with contracts, you will be paying around $40 to $50. Since you are interacting with a specific contract of a specific platform. So that increases the transaction cost.
Okay, you did mention about gas fees. So is that similar to the transaction fees or is that something else?
Yeah. So whenever you are doing a transaction, there are two factors which determine the transaction fee. One is gas, which is denoted by GWAI.
Okay.
And the other is the gas limit.
Okay.
So the transaction fees is essentially gas limit multiplied by gas
Okay.
with 3 or 2 decimals. That's how you find the transaction. So there are many websites which shows you the current gas use. For example, you can go to gasnow.org. It says you what is the current gas right now in the blockchain to transact in the blockchain.
Okay.
But that fees we will know. But the gas limit changes for every contract. It will vary from 1,20,000 to 3 or 4 lakhs depending on their contract, how they have optimized the code. So that gas limit depends on various factors.
Okay, so is 120 like the base amount, or you just told a random figure?
No. It also varies. I'm just giving you one example.
Yeah.
Minting is essentially you're uploading the artwork to the blockchain to get a unique token. So whenever you mint a token, your name will be registered as a creator in the token. So it won't be it can't be edited by anyone. So you get a unique token which says you are the creator. So whenever even the artwork changes hand, the creator tag will remain the same. So that you can take it. There are 2 tags basically, creator and the owner for each NFT. So whenever someone resells my work, the creator tag won't be. It can't be edited. It stays the same. Once created, it will be the same. Same how many transactions go to. But the owner tag keeps on changing depending on who owns it.
So they are basically immutable.
Yeah.
All right.
So that process is called minting.
Minting. Okay. NFTs are obviously they're not restricted only to paintings and digital art. They also extend to tweets, music, articles, podcasts. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a new. Since you are saying your music, I want to touch upon a new project. So there is this project called audio NFTs. So say for example, if A.R. Rahman is releasing a new song, so what you do is he releases using some of the music labels like Sony Music or T-Series.
Yeah.
And he gets the royalty from the T-Series. Like he gives the song and gets the royalty, and T-Series distributes to all the music channels like MTV, V Music, whatever the music channel or the YouTube platform.
Yes.
So when A.R. Rahman is doing it in NFT, he knows where his track is going to. So instead of getting only one royalty from T-Series, he'll be getting multiple royalties whenever the music changes hands. That's the beauty of the blockchain. So whenever the artist is uploading work, he can be made sure that he will be getting royalties
every time.
Whenever for every transaction, for every changeover the artist is going to.
Okay, so usually you mentioned about T-Series and Sony and all, so those people usually pay a very hefty amount. So when he is listing it on the blockchain, does he get the right to quote the sell price, or how is that determined?
Yeah. He has all the rights to quote the sell price.
Okay.
No, I was actually touching upon A.R. Rahman as a broad example, but if you're an indie artist who is very struggling to get exposure, but you're sold on music for $100 in the blockchain. So if someone likes this music and using it on the YouTube video, so for every time someone is buying his music, he will get a royalty. Yeah.
All right. So, are there any sort of prerequisites that a piece of digital content needs to fulfill for it to qualify to get an NFT, or can any piece of digital content get an NFT?
No, any content can get an NFT, but the marketplaces are restricting the size of the NFT for the artwork. Say someone have a 50 MB limit, so some platform have 100 MB limit.
Okay.
So only the size limit is there. Apart from that, it's up to you.
Okay, so if the file of the artist exceeds the given restricted size, can he or she compress the file and then, list it on the marketplace?
These NFTs have a unique code called unlockable content.
Okay.
So in that you can basically upload a link to the artwork. Say for example, you have a 1 GB file. You have compressed it into a 50 MB file and uploading it as a preview, only the preview for your NFT.
Okay.
So the buyer gets a basic idea what he is buying, but you can include the full version link from your Google Drive or any other place in the unlockable content, part of the NFT. So whenever someone buys, he gets access to that specific link and then he can download it from there.
Okay. So pictures are delivered in the JPG format. So what about articles and podcasts? Podcasts are they delivered in MP3?
It's basically up to you what format you're uploading. The marketplace doesn't do any format conversions or other things.
Okay. Now, for instance, if I write an article about something and I get an NFT for it and somebody purchases it, so as a new owner, what are the rights that that person gets? And can they still claim that piece to be mine after selling it?
Yeah. Since it will be having your name as a creator, right?
Okay.
Whenever he posted it, it will be having your name as a creator. I'm not really sure about the articles. I haven't seen any NFTs, but I have seen poets selling poems. But those are like JPG pictures.
Yeah.
Like they have made it into a picture and so. But yeah, if you have meant that, yeah, you can do that.
Okay, so even after selling it, I can edit and make changes to the original art piece?
No, once it's minted, that's it. You can't edit. Even the preview you can't edit.
Okay.
Since basically that means you have to burn the token, delete the token from the blockchain, and you have to pay again $60 to mint it again. So you should be very careful before minting the artwork.
Okay, so can you sell one particular art piece like more than one?
Yeah.
Yes, so you just have to mint it those many number of times.
No. You have to mint it once,
okay.
But you can increase the quantity of how many copies you have to do.
Okay.
So, for example, people usually mint one and sell 100 copies of it.
Okay, so the quantity again is up to the seller. He can
specify up to the seller. Yeah.
Okay, so if the person buys that artwork, what exactly can he do with it? Can he make changes or can he only hold it and sell it?
No, he can't make the changes. Only he can hold it. He can't make any changes to that. Since everything is written in the IPFS hash, that's the basically storage. He can't make any changes. Only he can have it or make it into a printout, hang it on the wall. Depends on the restriction. Yes.
Okay. So now with the blockchain technology, anybody and everybody are able to generate NFTs, and the original work of artists, they are being copied, right? So is there anything that can be done to curb such knockoffs?
Like someone is copying your work? Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Basically, if you're very famous, no one will be buying it since the collectors know who you are. Since everything is a blockchain, if someone have seen your piece that it is specifically to you, then no one will be buying it. But yeah, there are instances which is happening, like someone is reselling the art pieces. But right now there is no way to ban it or to find it exactly.
Okay, so neither can it be. Right now there is no ban restriction, and we can't even trace the person who has done it also, no? Or is that possible?
You can do it. They have included their Twitter ID or the website.
Okay.
But most of the platforms take the takedown request. If you just shoot an email that saying this is my NFT, they take down within 1 to 2 hours. So they are very supportive on that matter. Since they don't want someone to fake your name or sell it to your artwork for higher price.
So I recently came across one instance where someone tweeted something, and there was another outsider who came and created an NFT for that on the and then on the Ethereum ledger it had showed that the other person was the author of the tweet. and the actual owner was not given any sort of recognition. And when that tweet was sold, it was the other person who got the profits, and the original owner did not get any sort of benefit. So, how exactly do the people do that? Like, can NFTs be generated for something that is not yours?
Yeah, it's basically like uploading your image, like googling something and uploading an image. So yeah, as I said, there is no verification system as of now.
Okay.
To pinpoint whether. So this is what's happening in the YouTube also, right? You can just download any videos from the internet and you can upload and claim it as yours and get the ad revenue. So that's the issue with the internet itself. Yeah, that's the problem is there is the blockchain and NFT as well.
So can a normal person who's not very tech savvy, can he just like that generate an NFT, or he needs to know the whole ecosystem?
No, he can just go to a website called, he need to have a wallet, so that's the basic thing. And then he can go to a website called OpenSea.
Okay.
So in OpenSea, it's free to mint.
Okay.
Free to mint is that you can upload the pictures for free. But when you are beginning to, make it a store, like you are selling all the pictures whether you have uploaded, you have to pay a small fees of $60. So that essentially means they will be connecting your wallet to those pictures connected you have uploaded. So that's the only fee you have to pay. And then you can just start selling right away. So whenever someone buys, they will be getting a cut of, they will be getting the price. And the OpenSea as a platform takes 2.5% for themselves. And for every transaction, you'll be getting the percentage of royalty you have put in. I would say it's not straightforward, but yeah, someone with a little bit of knowledge who has a wallet can do it.
Okay, wallet is it a crypto wallet you're talking about, or a separate NFT wallet?
No, crypto wallet. So there's a plugin called MetaMask in Chrome.
Okay.
So that is the Ethereum wallet, which is very basic and easy to set up.
Okay. So, millennials today, they are looking to diversify their portfolio and they slowly want to move away from traditional asset classes. So, according to you, do you think digital art can successfully uphold the store of value function that, other assets like gold offer?
It usually depends on the artist who we are investing to. So some of the artists, say for example, he sold his work for $1 in 2019 January. So now his $1 piece are like 20 to 1 million to 3 million. So whenever the artist grows big, the asset, what you have got from the artist also grows multi-folds value. But most of the art collectors are typical art collectors who usually buy spending. They buy for the art, but there are someone who looks it into a business form, who buys only from a specific famous artist. So there are people who do that so they can sell it for a very higher price later. So there are two types of collectors.
Okay, now for instance, if an artist uploads his artwork on the NFT marketplace and I just go and take a screenshot of it, that screenshot becomes my original screenshot, right? So will I be able to put that up on the NFT marketplace, or will that piece of content be censored, and will I get that plagiarism mark on whatever I upload?
You will be issued a copyright thing, and the marketplace will remove your account from their system.
Okay.
And the issue is the marketplaces are connected, and the collectors who collecting knows all the marketplaces. They'll be keenly watching on their Twitter and their newsfeed. So if one marketplace has flagged you, you'll be basically screwed. So no marketplace will accept you, and they'll just take down your store. Since you have been warned for plagiarizing or some taking pictures. So these characters are normal people. So if they spot you doing something wrong, they just tweet it out and it will create a big problem for your future in crypto market. Yeah.
All right. So,
How liquid is crypto art?
Even if someone is keenly looking for that specific artwork of the artist, I just list it for a nominal price, it will just get sold very quickly. But if it's a new artist, it depends on the artwork, how complex it is, how good it is. Yeah, you can't just sell it like gold and get the cash right.
all right. So usually the people who buy it, they will pay in crypto, and that amount will get credited to your wallet.
Yeah, the artist wallet, yes.
Yes. Okay. Um.
And yeah, before crediting, the platforms will take a cut, and that is that. Yeah.
Okay. So who exactly are the main buyers of crypto art? Are they just art enthusiasts, or are they from some other background, or who exactly are they? Like if you had to
But
specify.
in the starting, it was just art enthusiasts, but now even normal people are collecting. I would say all people in all walks of life have started collecting.
So I have another question. Whenever we quote the sell price, do we quote that in terms of how many Ethereum coins, or do we quote that in terms of fiat currency?
You will be quoting. There are two options for you to sell. Whether you can list it for auction, so the collectors will bid on the item, and whatever the bid you like, you just accept and sell it. Otherwise, you will put on a list price that I need this much amount for my artwork. And if someone is keen to pay, they will just pay. You will get the coins delivered to you.
Okay, so we have to specify it in fiat only.
No, in cryptocurrency.
Okay, in cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
All right. And I just did stumble upon your artwork under the KS series, and I was totally fascinated seeing it. So can you just tell us when exactly did you start it, and how exactly is it going, and what are the plans?
This was started on January. I was just exploring various concepts, and I was just fascinated by the class case. Just trying to create make everything unique with a different concept, different theme, basically. But everything constrained to a glass claw shape, basically. Yeah.
All right.
So every piece is also complete. Something is a very abstract. Something depends on the psychological cause. Something based on movie.
Yes, indeed, they do look very well curated art pieces.
Thank you so much for taking time, off your schedule to answer to my questions.
I want more indie artists to join the platform. So let's start a movement. If this helps start a movement, I will very happy.
Yes, definitely. I want people to get, a much larger idea about the crypto world in general. So this is just a small initiative. I hope it really works out and people, get interested towards it.
Yeah, hope so.
All right, fine. Thank you so much.
And that's a wrap. I'm pretty sure that if you've reached till here, you are definitely in a position to buy or sell anything in the NFT marketplace. Go experiment, look up for things yourself, and you'll be amazed to see what the crypto world has in store for you. Hopefully, I'll be back soon with something even more interesting and insightful. Until then, sayonara.